Okay, and this is about recycled, and this actually has application to all. So you go to a horse show and you get your stalls and you go in there, and you know, where usually it's dark and you're putting your horse in the stall, and you know, what you hope is that it's been cleaned and you're all good and there's no feed or straw down there, because there is this recycling phenomena that can happen. Now, 99.9% of the time, this is straw that the horse eats that has been urinated on by either itself. Banamine is common with this. You give them Banamine, they'll go ahead and urinate it into the straw, and then they'll eat the straw. And they can recycle the drug again. And then it's just like giving a new dose of the drug. Okay? So it is possible to have it done. It's uncommon, doesn't happen often. For our horses, USEF horses, because we already allow some of it, it's less of an issue. Okay? It's more of an issue with FEI, where they have much lower limits of detection. Okay? Last Sunday I was down in Orlando treating some dressage horses, and I'm just getting ready to inject the hocks, and I asked the same question right before I drop my drugs. I always do. It's not a horse I knew. It was a dressage horse. And I said, is this an FEI horse? How soon is it going to an FEI competition? And there was a little bit of a language barrier going on. But, oh yes, FEI horse, yes, a week. Oh, crud. You know, I not only put my depot away, I'm a little hesitant now to get out my triamcinolone. And I go, now exactly when? And so about that time, somebody else showed up and helped me a bit with the language. And we got, well, it's an FEI horse, but it doesn't have a class until mid-April. Well, you know, okay, this is all easy, guys. You know, we can do this, and it's not a big drama, it's not a big problem. But you have to communicate to your veterinarian as to if this horse is going to an FEI class or how soon it's going to a USEF class, because that lets them help you with the paperwork, and then knowing what medications should go in that horse and what medication shouldn't go in that horse, equally as important. Okay, so it's a really big deal that you communicate this and not keep it a secret, because then it becomes a big drama later. Okay, another thing that is new on FEI horses is that, and this is just pretty basic, you give them the correct dose, length. If you're giving it to them orally, like we talked about these 12-hour and 6-hour time frames, that means at 6 hours, if you gave them 10 milligrams of dexamethasone in their feed, you put the bucket in there 8 hours before, that means you go back at 6 hours and get that bucket out of there. Okay? Because otherwise, they just decided not to eat it, and then they decided to clean it up at 2 hours prior. Well, now you got a problem. Okay? Okay. So make sure that you give it at the correct dose and length of time. And this is new, is that FEI horses are supposed to have a written record of medications used. And it says all medicines, but it's anything that is on the medication list. And that's the last thing, is I'm going to show you how to see that.